Welcome to The Lead. We'll begin with the national lead. She's got the most famous silhouette since Air Jordan. Known only as juror B37, she was one of the 6 women who found George Zimmerman not guilty in the shooting death of Trayvon Martin. If you're angry, and many, many people are, she seems to be saying, don't blame her, blame Florida law. Juror B37 today gave an exclusive statement to CNN that reads in part, quote, "My prayers are with all those who have had the influence and power to modify the laws that left me with no verdict option other than not guilty in order to remain within the instructions. No other family member should be forced to endure what the Martin family has endured." Now, she doesn't specifically mention Florida's Stand Your Ground law, but she did tell our Anderson Cooper that the jury did consider the law during its deliberations, even though Zimmerman's attorneys never invoked it in the courtroom. She may want to see the laws changed, but in her exclusive 2-part interview with Anderson, she did not let Trayvon Martin off the hook.
And I feel bad that we can't give them the verdict that they wanted, but legally we could not do that.
Do you think Trayvon Martin played a role in his own death? That this wasn't just something that happened to him, that this is something he also...
Oh, I believe he played a huge role in his death. He could have, when George confronted him, and he could have walked away and gone home. He didn't have to do whatever he did and come back and be in a fight.
Her first interview was also apparently her last, according to her statement today. Most of her fellow jurors are now distancing themselves from B37. 4 of the remaining 5 jurors put out a statement that read in part, quote, "We ask you to remember that we are not public officials and we did not invite this type of attention into our lives. We also wish to point out that the opinions of juror B37 expressed on the Anderson Cooper show were her own and not in any way representative of the jurors listed below." You may have heard that B37 had a book deal. Well, that went bye-bye after a public outcry. In her statement to CNN today, she explains it like this, quote, "The relationship with the book agent ceased the moment I realized what had been occurring in the world during the weeks of my sequestration."